A viewer commented that she's afraid to speak up because she has an accent. She's worried that people won't be able to understand her, or they'll judge her. Look, it doesn't matter if you have the perfect dialect. It doesn't matter if you look perfect. None of that matters because people are going to judge you no matter what. There are certain people that are going to try to pick you apart. They're going to make little comments to work on your self esteem so that, oh, why did I say that? Oh, I didn't think about it. No, because you wouldn't have thought about it had this person not brought it up because they're trying to make you doubt yourself just a little bit, just a little bit, so that you don't feel good about yourself and what you said anymore. But remember, there's always going to be people like that, always. So, should you allow them to turn you into like someone who just sits there and says nothing, kind of a hermit? You don't want to say anything, you don't want to go anywhere, you don't want to do anything because of a few people that are going to just try to bring you down anyway? No, of course not. Speak your mind, really. And this is so hard, and I don't expect you to do it tomorrow, but you have to not worry about what people think, really. And it's baby steps. I realize that, baby steps. But if you maybe worry less about what people think and how they perceive you, then it's really is freeing. I've said that so many times. It's freeing because then you've really matured. You have really gotten to the point where you're comfortable in your own skin. You're like, okay, I'm not going to say anything to hurt anybody. I'm not going to demean someone else, but I'm going to speak my mind because this is my opinion. And if you want to argue, great. That's a lively discussion. If you don't agree with me, fine. If you want to pick apart my dialect, my accent, my shirt, whatever it is, that's fine too. But I'm going to say it and I'm not going to care. Because if you just sit there and you don't say anything, your life's not going to be the same. It really isn't, because you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to take chances. And I know I've been in group situations where I've wanted to say something, but I realize that all eyes are on me if I say it, and you're like the center of attention. You're like, okay, do I really want to say it? Yes, yes, because then you're hours later, you're going to say, why didn't I say that? That was such a great point. Why didn't I make my point? And once you get there to that place where you're like, okay, I'm going to say what I think. No, that's it. Your life will change. It really will change. Not that you're going to run around and offending people or anything like that. Yeah, you got to edit yourself a little bit. But beyond that, you can say what you feel like. And have you ever been in these conversations where everybody is worried about what to say? And it is the most boring conversation. And you're like, oh. But where people are like speaking their minds and there's a lively discussion, those can be really interesting because otherwise you either limit your conversation to the weather, you don't say anything at all because you're so afraid of what might come out of your mouth. And I know that right now, these differences that you have, whether it's your accent, your looks, whatever it is, you're like, oh, I just want to blend in. I just want to blend in. But honestly, you're going to feel someday like, okay, I'm different and it's great. And that's what makes me unique. And I'm proud of it. And the sooner that you can get there, honestly, the better.